Welcome back to the Big House. I'm your host, Tate Smith. I post these episodes every single Sunday night. Um, if I can't do it, then that just means that I'm busy with work or I got lazy. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably not because I got lazy. But let's see here. I got some horror movies to expect in 2024. I just finished watching a bunch of trailers, so I'm gonna go through every single one that is coming out in 2024. Well, not every single one, but I got like easily over 20 of these right here. So I think it's 20, maybe not, maybe a little less. Regardless, let's get right into it. So I saw on this list here we have I believe three. No, it might only be two or three nun movies. Now I think we have enough of these. I don't think we need any more nun movies. It's not tied to like the Conjuring universe. It's actually their own their own thing. But yeah, I think that's dumb. I think it's overplayed, and I don't think we need to see any more of them. But with that being said, I'm gonna go out there and say it. I think these nun movies might be pretty decent. The trailers look pretty good. So the first one we have here is called Immaculate, and that is the first nun movie. That one I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna remember everything from all these, but I'm just gonna give like a brief little, what I think about it. First impression type deal, right? Next we have Abigail. This one, this one looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This one looked like it could be have some potential to be pretty funny. It has a Fez in it from Euphoria, and I thought, I mean, they must have filmed it while he's still alive, obviously, there. But yeah, he ended up passing away last year. I think it was sometime last year. Um, but yeah, this it's a vampire, like a little girl vampire. Like I think she's a ballerina or something. It looks pretty funny. It's also got that one girl. I can't remember what she's from. She's been in all kinds of horror movies lately. Um, Next one we got here is tarot, like the tarot cards. This one looked pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think this one was gonna be that good. I don't think it will be. I'm pretty sure that the main girl is Max from Stranger Things, but I could be wrong. I think I also saw Ned from Spider-Man, the Tom Holland ones. I'm pretty sure that was Ned, but yeah, that one didn't look too good. Next one we got is Imaginary. This one looks pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. It looks very cliche. It's like your average, like Abigail cursed doll type thing. It's a toy bear, and of course the children are playing with the toy bear. It's supposed to be like imaginary friends or whatever. Really not that cool. Nor is it original, so I don't think that one's gonna be very good. Um, Next one we got is the second Nun movie called The First Omen. I'm not gonna lie, this one seemed. I mean, dude, like I said, I don't think that we need any more Nun movies, so that kind of ruins it already. I think we've seen way too many of those past couple years. So yeah, that in itself automatically kind of writes them off for me. But there was a couple scenes in these trailers that looked pretty decent. So with that being said, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how those are. Next one we got here is stop motion. This one, this one was interesting. It looked a little creepy, but basically it's like this lady's doing a stop motion movie or something, but like the dolls that she created are like coming to life or something like that. I don't know. Looks interesting. Not gonna say if it's gonna be good or bad because I can't really tell, but it looks unique. I don't think there's anyone that's had that particular idea before with like stop motion movies, but yeah, we'll see how that one is. I do plan on watching most of these because I love horror films. So maybe in the future, and on a future podcast, I will maybe just watch them as they come out, or whatever, and maybe talk about those a little bit on future episodes. See how they actually ended up being, and compare it to this episode. What my initial thoughts were. But yeah, then moving on to the next one, we got Baghead. This one looked pretty cliche. This is I'm just like saying what I wrote down here as I was watching them. I don't really remember this one as much, uh, but I do think it's probably gonna be cliche because it's like your normal like slasher type deal, like Halloween or Leatherface, stuff like that. Um, Texas Massacre. I mean, but yeah, it's like I don't know. It looks like it might have some good scenes though, is what I put here. So, must be filmed pretty good, which I think goes a very long way in a movie. I think the actual cinematography and of course the soundtrack. You have to have good music, otherwise your movie's gonna fall flat. So, but yeah, next one we got here is Lisa Frankenstein. This one was the girl from The Society, I think is what the show was called on Netflix. That show, if you guys haven't seen that, real quick, that one's pretty good. I'm pretty sure they planned on doing a second season, but the first season it got canceled after it was finished during COVID, I think. But the first season left on a cliffhanger, pissed everyone off, dude. But yeah, that one was pretty good. That show, Lisa Frankenstein. I'm not gonna lie, looks very dumb, but it looks like a good dumb. Like I don't know what's a good dumb. Uh, what would be a good dumb? I guess I don't know actually. I don't know why I can't think of a good dumb horror movie I've seen before. I've seen so many of them. Um, oh, you know what was honestly kind of a good dumb was the movie Cam. There's a horror movie on, I believe it was Netflix, called Cam, and it was about this girl that was a like, what do you call them? Like a cam girl. That's what it is. Like a, if you don't know what a cam girl is, just Google it. I mean, no need for me to get into that, but honestly, I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be really dumb, and it was. But it was also kind of. I don't know why, but I just found myself like towards the end of the movie. I was like, "Why is this movie actually kind of good?" Like, it really took me by surprise. But yeah. So I think this Lisa Frankenstein movie. I think it's gonna be kind of like that, where it's gonna be like so over the top dumb, but also kind of funny. It's also got I forgot to mention it's got what's his name, Cole Sprouse from Zack and Cody, and Cole Sprouse, dude, he's honestly the Sprouse brothers kind of have an insane track record of like movies, or at least Cole does. I know I've seen him way more than I've seen what's the other one? Cole Sprouse, is his name Zach? Is it Zach Sprouse? I don't know. I can't remember what his name is. But yeah, Lisa Frankenstein. Definitely gonna watch that one. Night Swim. I believe this one has already came out, and I immediately knew it was gonna be dumb, and I didn't even bother going to see it, and probably for the best because I've heard nothing but horrible reviews about that movie. I heard that one was pretty much what you expected it to be. I mean, the trailer it's just such a dumb idea. Like a haunted pool. Ooh, spooky. What am I gonna get hit with a fucking pool noodle? Who gives a shit? Next one we got here, we got another Ghostbusters movie. Like, we need another one of those, right? This one also looks cliche as hell. Like every other every other Ghostbuster movie that's came out in the past, what, 8 years? Goodness, I don't know why we keep making them. I think we should have left it at the two or three or whatever it was, the first two. First two were good. But yep. But I'm not gonna lie. The trailer though, I mean, it's got Paul Rudd in it and the kid from what's his name? Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. Also, side note, amazing name. Very jealous. Probably the coolest name a person can have, honestly. But yeah, it looks pretty decent, honestly. It looks very cliche though. So if you can get past that, might be a movie to watch. And if you like Ghostbusters, I mean, I definitely liked Ghostbusters when I was younger. Um, Next one we got here is Somewhere Quiet. This one looked very boring. I'm not gonna lie. This one does not look very interesting, but hopefully it will prove me wrong once it comes out. We'll see. I'm always rooting for the horror movies, dude. I'm always looking for good horror movies because they're kind of hard to make. I feel like they might be the hardest film to make, honestly. But yeah, moving on, we got Terrifier 3. If you haven't seen the first two, they're both really dumb movies. They really are. They're like, I don't even know if I can call them good, but I still, like, I still kind of enjoy watching them. Like, they're like a bad movie to watch. But like, whenever you're like hate watching, you ever just throw something on that you just absolutely despise, or like don't even find really any interest in it at all, and you just roast it the whole time. It's like doing that. So I'll definitely be having some fun roasting the hell out of that one. Terrifier was Santa Claus in this next one. So the trailer was pretty short. It literally was just a girl, a little child, going downstairs and seeing Santa, and then she said "mommy" or something like that, and then it just cuts to behind Santa's like to the front of him, and it's just Terrifier's face and dressed up as Santa, and he pulls out an axe. So yeah, he pretty much murdered that child. Which yeah, that's cool, I guess. Good old murdering kids. Next one we got here is Founders Day. This one looked pretty decent. This one was also very short. Didn't really give you much. Just some cool. From the scenes that I saw, it looked like it was pretty well produced. So, that one might be worth going to see. Next one we got here is get this, guys. So this one is called Mickey Mouse Trap or Mickey's Mouse Trap. It's a Mickey Mouse horror movie, just like the Pooh Bear horror movie. Because the contract for or whatever the patent, whatever you call it, for Mickey Mouse, so after however many years, it can now be like it gets thrown into the category of like public use or whatever it's called, something like that, where basically you can use it in like your videos and stuff now, like old Mickey Mouse, without getting like copyright strike or whatever you call it. Regardless, that's the only reason this movie exists, I believe, because they did the same thing with Pooh Bear. And yeah, it's gonna be dumb, no doubt about it. Looks way too meta, is what I put here. I can't remember any of the scenes from it because I just knew it was gonna be dumb, but it looks like they're gonna try to like, I don't know. It just, it's not gonna be good. All right, don't even bother. Don't even bother watching it. Unless you're gonna hate watch it. If you're gonna hate watch it, that might be you know what might be a fun one to hate watch. Um, Next one we got here is Lord of Misrule. This one looks like a. This one also looks not very original. It's a Wendigo cult movie. Like there was one really good one called The Ritual on Netflix. If you haven't seen that horror movie, dude, that's one of the. I don't even know. It's just so unique. Like it's one of my favorites, for sure. But it's also a Wendigo cult, basically a cult in the middle of the forest in Norway, I think it is, or like Sweden, something like that. Wait, no, I might be wrong. I don't know where it's based in this one, but in The Ritual, it was in Norway, I believe. And yeah, basically they just find this little village of varied, uh, what do you call them? Like disfigured looking people, like the creepiest people you can find. Which, by the way, how would you like to be casted for that? It's like, yeah, I know I look creepy. It's like, yeah, you'd be perfect for this hillbilly that is scary looking. It's like, well, thanks. I guess it doesn't matter if you're getting paid for it, but you could probably look past it. Um, but yeah, this one. Oh, and the cult is like based around what's called a Wendigo, which is a cryptid. Pretty cool cryptid, honestly. But yeah, speaking of cryptids, after I get through these next couple of movies, I actually have some matchups here of a couple of cryptids. And some other ones that I threw in there. Some of them funny, some of them dead serious. But we'll get to it. Next we have Out of Darkness. This one, I this one was like the what do you call it? It was more of like a tribal movie, I think, or something. Like a not a tribal, but like a what do you call those people from Lord of the Rings? They're like the wildlings or whatever. It's kind of like that kind of tribe, if that makes sense. Where it's like in a cold area and they're all got like fur and stuff on. I don't know that one. Some looked pretty good, honestly. We'll see how that one is. Next thing we got here, last one. There's something in the barn, and this one is like a horror gnome movie. I don't know why we're getting Christmas movies this year, but you know what? I'm here for it, I guess. Yeah, this one looks interesting. It looks like it could be pretty funny. So, yeah, that's it for the movies. How many we got here? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 movies. Horror movies for 2024. Alrighty. So let's get into the versus category. So we got some zombies versus vampires to start us off. Now this one is interesting. So, who do you think would win in a fight? Zombies or vampires, right? Because zombies are already dead. So, a vampire can't just like. I mean, I don't think their blood's very good. They can't be. It's all decayed and shit. Not to mention, it can't be. I mean, they would get infected, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they like die from that or something? If they even tried to bite them? But I guess it also depends on what kind of vampires we're talking here. Because if we're talking like super strength vampires, shoot, I don't know. Also, we have to kind of preface this too a little bit. So I think 1-on-1, I feel like a vampire could definitely kill a zombie pretty easily because you just like destroy its head. But if it's a bunch of zombies versus one vampire, like we'll say like 25, like a small horde, right? Like a handful of zombies. And let's give them a little bit of a boost too, because it's not really fair that their weakness is just their head, right? So just destroying their brain. Let's make them like super like World War Z zombies, super fast. Uh, which also I don't even know if zombies could be super fast if like that was a real life scenario. Um, because they don't like I don't know if they're decaying and shit like they're gonna have a lot of problems like wobbling around. But then again, World War Z was like the very start of it, so obviously they were still healthy people and then got infected. All right, I'm thinking too much into the zombies. Let's just say they have helmets on, right? So you gotta think a little more special. The vampires do. Uh, 25 football player zombies. How about that? We have a whole team. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus a single vampire. You think that the Kansas City Chiefs zombies could take out a vampire? I don't know. Actually, those are some big motherfuckers. That would be horrifying. Actually, now that I think about it, the Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs. as zombies. I don't know what. That is a dumb thought to have right there. But yeah, I think 25 zombies with helmets on versus one vampire. I still think the vampire would win, honestly. But yeah, I guess that one's kind of dumb. But what if we take away? So if it's like a weak vampire though, one that's not super strong, maybe the zombies have a chance. I think they might. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with. I'm gonna go ahead and say that if the vampire is super strength, then definitely wins. And then if it's not, if it's a like a I don't know, like a Dracula type one, then I think the zombies got it. But yeah, next one we got here is Pirates versus Cowboys. Now this is what we're talking about here. This is a good matchup. So, and we're gonna say the home, like the field that they're fighting on, is gonna be in the Cowboys' territory, right? Because I don't think it matters for Pirates. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Pirates got this one, but let's make it a little interesting. So let's say it's evenly matched, 25 versus 25. Cowboys versus Pirates. Now the Cowboys obviously have their usual tools, their usual instruments. They got their old 6 shooter, maybe a couple of rifles, maybe even a shotgun or two amongst the 25 of them. Um, they got the well. Do Cowboys don't normally have swords? No, they're not sword people. Um, they probably have a knife, I guess, most likely, like a one that they have like right there, easily accessible on their little tool belt. Um, and then obviously your pirates, who knows what they have? They have all kinds of tricks up their sleeve. Uh, and we're talking like Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, dude. We're talking the badass, the best of the best here. Okay. Um, we got what they got? Their usual like musket type guns. Um, maybe a couple of blunderbusses. Get a big old like baseball size steel ball, like basically a mini cannon. Um, they got their swords. They got you know, parrots. Maybe the parrots can go and distract or something. Claw their eyes out. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think. Well, actually, you know what? Hmm. Because pirates, if they have like muskets, it takes a little bit to reload them weapons. And cowboys do have the 6 shooter revolvers. They don't play around. Um, I still have to go with the pirates on this one. I think that they just have that dog in them. I mean, cowboys do too, but it's a different kind of dog. It just is not a good matchup with the pirates dog. I mean, it is a good matchup between the two, like fighting them. I think that's a pretty good lineup there, but it's no match for them, is what I should say. I don't think that. I think the pirates got that. Yeah, next one we got here is ninjas versus the special forces, the U.S. special forces, like your Navy SEALs, your Green Berets, your Rangers. That's the same thing, I think. Or wait, no, I should know this. This is bad. Navy SEALs. Then you got your uh, Army Rangers, which I think are also called Green Berets, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not though. I could be wrong. Uh, what else we got here? The Marines. I'm pretty sure they are just like their own thing. Like they are the special forces or something like that. Um, and then we have other ones too. I don't even know them all. Can't name them off the top of my head right now. But yeah, I think ninjas versus just like a little mixture of all of them. But they still have to have a team because I feel like if they're all like if we had one from each, branch of Special Force. I don't think they would work as well. I feel like they work better with their team, obviously. Um, so we'll say they each get five of their own. Let's actually look them up real quick. Let's go because I should know them already. So um, let's see here. Yeah, so you got your Navy SEALs, you got your Marines Special Operations School, which I believe is just Marines. You got your Rangers, Army. Oh wait, what are the Rangers then? It says 75th Ranger Regiment. I'm not sure then. Maybe it's a completely different branch. Must be. Then you got your Army Green Berets, and then Combat Support Squadron, your Air Force Pararescue. Which don't get me wrong, they're pretty badass, but I don't know if we're gonna include the pararescue because I believe that they just come in for the rescue. You know, like if they probably do so. I don't know actually. I don't know what pararescues do. Rescuers. Never really heard of them. Army Night Stalkers. Never even heard of that. You got your Delta Force, of course. Force Recon. Um, oh, it does say Army Rangers right here. All right, so we're just gonna go with the we're just gonna go four of them, right? We're gonna do the Navy SEALs, of course, the Marines, um, the Green Berets, and we'll go with the Rangers, right? And we're gonna have them each have five people like their team, right? So that's what I say, four of them. So that's 20. 20 special forces versus 20 ninjas. I don't know actually. I think this is I feel like it's a pretty hard fight. Both both sides definitely heavy on the stealth. Ninjas are known for stealth. That's what they're known for. Um they also got some cool little gadgets. They got, glass bombs or sand bombs. I can't remember the name for those. There's a specific name for those where they have like a little glass bomb full of like sand and glass shards in it, which is super badass. Just throwing glass shards into people's eyeballs. That's all right. I guess we're playing like that. Um, they also got their katanas, uh, their kunai, stuff like that. All kinds of cool stuff. Mostly throwables. They got like a trank dart that they shoot through a blowgun, a dart gun. Um, yeah, I don't know with this one. Cause I mean, have you guys ever seen a ninja before? Cause I sure as hell haven't. I know they exist. I know they're out there, but I've never seen them. They're like, I just don't think that. I don't know. I want to root for USA, USA, but I just don't know if they have this one. I mean, there's just not enough knowledge about ninjas. Not for real, anyway. Not like modern day ninjas. Modern day ninjas are probably insane. You don't even know invisible. Like no seeing them at all. You're just dead before you even know it. You're sitting there talking with your wife or your family or buddies and something, and then if you're its target, next thing you know, you're dead. You're just dead. You're bleeding all over your shirt from your neck. Yeah, not a good time. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the ninjas win this, but I'm rooting for USA, of course. But if I had to place money on it, I think I'm gonna have to go with the ninjas on this one. Um, I mean, don't get me wrong. US is definitely taking some of them things out for sure. Not every ninja's getting away unscathed. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah. Next one we got here. This one's a little more of a meme one. But what do you think would happen if 100 unicorns fought Voldemort from Harry Potter? Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of food for Lord Voldy over there. But I think that if there's enough unicorns and they're on the attack, I think Voldemort might have some some troubles there. I guess it depends on how fast that dude can cast spells. Just like, oh yeah, just just knock down unicorns. But I don't think so. I think if they're on the attack, I think unicorn one of them can surely impale him right in the heart or right in the eyeball, take his head off. I don't know. I think so. I'm definitely rooting for the unicorns on this one. But I don't know. I don't know. Who do you think would win on that? Uh, yeah, for any of these too. If you think I'm wrong, make sure to call me out on it. Say, hey, no, dude, I'm pretty sure that Pirates absolutely would lose. Cowboys pretty much have horses and lassos, and Jack Sparrow doesn't stand a fucking chance against a cowboy nut. And I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. Whatever you guys think, let me know. So yeah, next one we got here. This one is the serious one because this one upsets me. We got Godzilla versus King Kong, right? Now I know we've seen a couple movies lately. Uh, I think there's two now, right? Or a new one coming out, something like that. Godzilla and Kong versus like a new dude. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that first movie could have lasted maybe 2 minutes. Basically just enough time for King Kong and Godzilla to even engage, and then Godzilla just absolutely lasers through him because there's no fucking chance that King Kong can even stand it. Even bro, like, what are we doing here? Are we being for real? I couldn't believe my eyes when I was watching that movie. I was so dumb. It was so dumb. In actuality, King Kong is dead within literal minutes. It takes one laser beam, and he's done for. He's a gorilla. He's just big. Yeah, oh, he's got tougher skin. Oh, really? Tough enough to deflect lasers? I don't think so, dude. I don't care how much gamma radiation he has. It's not gonna fuel it. It's a fucking laser beam. It's going straight through him. But yeah. So I just had to get that off my chest because I don't even understand the comparison or why that movie even existed. But I'm sure they made absolute bank off of it, so good for them, I guess. Next here we got the Megalodon versus the Kraken. Um, I am for one terrified of the ocean, so if this fight were to occur, I would never watch it. I wouldn't see it. Like, you're not gonna catch me on no boat or like deep underground underwater base, like a secret base that you can like somehow witness this in your submarine or some shit. I would not be in that. Okay, I'm a land. What do you call it? Land dweller. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't like going in the ocean. And when I do, I don't go very far. If I can't touch it, the floor, I'm going back to the sand and I'm gonna sit and make some sand castles. Okay. Yeah, cause fuck that. I don't want anything to do with it. God put me on land. I'm staying in land. I'm not fucking with all that. Yeah. So the megalodon versus the kraken. I think the kraken has this one. I really do. The megalodon is an absolute behemoth, but so is the kraken. The kraken is giant, and not to mention he's got a bunch of grabby grabs. So he's pretty much just gonna Megalodon's gonna try to go for quick little snack off of him. He may get a tentacle or two, but for the most part, yeah, no, the Kraken's definitely gonna eat that fucking shark, no doubt about it. Um, John Wick versus Jason Bourne. This is another really good matchup. This one I'm also interested to see what you guys think. I haven't seen the Jason Bourne movies in quite a while, but I think that I don't know. I think this is it's a pretty good matchup, honestly. Um, this one's difficult. I think I think John Wick's got it. Now hear me out. I think that John Wick is just invincible. I really do. I don't know if he dies. I also haven't seen the fourth one though, so if he dies in that, and you guys have seen that, I probably look like a dipshit. But um, I don't know, dude. Keanu Reeves too, like, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude, because Jason Bourne's also cool as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I think I like the John Wick movies better. I think I do. But I also haven't seen Jason Bourne in a while. We might have to come back to this one. I might need to rewatch the Jason Bourne movies and then watch the fourth John Wick, and then we'll come back to this one. We'll decide. Um, yeah, this one is the last one I got here. This one is also kind of a meme, but I think it'll be an interesting concept. Who would win in a thumb war between Master Hand from Super Smash Bros. Versus the thumb guy from Spy Kids? Um, Now, listen, if you've never played Super Smash Bros., Master Hand is basically the final boss after you complete the story mode. Um, and he's just a big, like, white glove. He just does, like, all kinds of attacks. He's got laser beams, he's got bombs. He can fly really fast. But that doesn't matter in a game of a thumb war, right? It just matters how strong your thumb is. And the thumb guy from Spy Kids was less than impressive, but his sole purpose is to be a thumb. So who knows? I think that would be a good matchup. Thumb guy might have it. He really might, just because of how much of a thumb he truly is. But Master Hand does. I mean, he's fast. You know, he might get him immediately. He might break the thumb guy, honestly, because I don't remember those guys. I don't know. Well, they might have been pretty durable, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think about these. I definitely want to keep doing these eventually in the future because I think these are pretty fun. We'll also do, like, movies and which movies are better, like similar movies. We'll also do like characters from movies or TV shows or comics or whatever. We'll do all kinds of stuff and then see what I think about them. See who I think will win. Who will be victorious? Is there anyone else? Is there anyone? From what is that from? That's from Gladiator, right? Not in a kid voice. That was from some other show that I watched on YouTube. It was a funny little meme. It was like they did so these two kingdoms were fighting, and instead of like sending their best fighters to fight, they sent their worst fighters. Like, your worst versus our worst, and he goes, "Oh no, it's Leon or whatever his name was, some little kid." He was like literally 8 years old, and I can't remember who he was up against, but he ends up fighting him and winning. And then after he won by default basically, because I'm pretty sure it might have been a dead guy. They might have paired him up with a dead dude. I can't remember, but after he was done, he just goes, "Is there anyone else?" And it was a great one-liner to bring back. But yeah, that's pretty much all the topics that I have written down. But we're only at 40 minutes here, and I still feel like ranting a little bit. So let's see what my brain can drum up to talk about. We could talk a little more about sea creatures. I like, as much as I hate the ocean and don't like going into it, that's like one of my like only fears. Truly, I hate the ocean. Like deep, like just not knowing what's under there definitely creeps me out. Gives me the willies. There's so much to explore down there. So much uncharted territory. Very interesting. Yeah, and there's some weird looking fish down there. You get so low to the point where it's like literally pitch black all the time. Fish start making their own light. Isn't that insane? Living creatures start producing their own light. That is mind-blowing to me. Like, I wish I could do that. I want to glow. What the hell? I like glowy stuff. Like, think about it for a minute. How much cooler would your iPhone be if it could glow in the dark? Like, bright as hell, too. It's like, yeah, iPhones are cool and all, but sure as hell doesn't glow in the dark, you know? Or like a sword that glows. Dude, that's my sword. Give me the glowing sword. What the hell? I don't want no weak ass fucking non-illuminated sword. But yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, sea creatures. Yeah. Um, yeah, that what is it? The anglerfish or something that has a little light bulb on his head. That's a scary looking creature, dude. Could you imagine having one of those in a fish tank? I don't even know if that's possible. Probably not. Probably has to like be under immense pressure and like darkness. I feel like light would like burn it or something. It's like a vampire fish. But there's some creepy sharks down there too. There's gotta be some big ass creatures down there that just don't ever surface because they just eat on all this little shit. I feel like there's gotta be, right? And like the Mariana Trench. Marinara Trench. What is it called? I don't know. I think it's Mariana, right? I don't know. Sorry, my throat is always so dry when I start talking for a while. I don't know why, but good thing I got some Essentia water over here. I actually kind of like Essentia. It's got like a weird flavor to it. It's not like your average water. I don't know how to describe it, but it goes down smooth and it keeps me hydrated. Let's see here. What else can we talk about? Got the ocean, outer space. Outer space is crazy. Like aliens. What do you guys think about aliens? You think they exist? Definitely think aliens exist. Mostly because, well, I don't know. You think? I mean, I feel like the universe is just way too big. It's obvious. Like everyone says this. The generic statement of how the universe is way too big for us to be the only living, uh, life in the universe seems highly unlikely. But um, I don't know. What do you guys think we've came in contact with them before? Like, do you think it's happened yet? I don't know. I feel like there's so much fake shit out there. It makes it kind of hard to believe. And I also don't know. I used to believe, like, when the Pentagon released the UFO footage or whatever. I used to be like, whoa, dude, even the government's, like, saying that aliens exist. But that was also during, like, a weird time in the world. So, like, I don't know if that was just, like, them just throwing shit out there or what that was. I don't know what that was, but I don't know. I just haven't seen really anything that's been like super convincing, like concrete evidence. And like I said, there's so many people faking it out there, just trying to get some of that good old delicious clout. I don't get it. I don't get it. Or like Bigfoot. I don't know if I believe in Bigfoot. If Bigfoot does exist, those are the aliens, I think. I will say that. I think those are the aliens. Because of how elusive they are. I mean, it makes sense, right? A couple people spotting them. Maybe they're the ones controlling these so-called UFO sightings we've been seeing, right? Who knows? But yeah, there was also, wasn't there something going on in Florida recently, like Miami or something, at the mall? I'm pretty sure I saw something about that where they're Oh yeah, yeah. There was there was some dude which I don't believe him at all. He seemed like a phony. Like I don't know. He just seemed like he was lying. He's just bullshitting on his video, talking about how he said apparently there was like a bunch of teenagers or something that had like started fireworks or something in the mall, and there was 200. Wasn't there like 200 cops? 200 cops showed up to this place. It's like, all right, that's very excessive. What's going on there? And no one would say anything. Like they didn't release any statements. I don't think nothing. But I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to check it out again. Pretty weird. Pretty weird. Yeah, but one dude was saying that there was creature, some creature going there. It was like a gray alien or something. He said. Then there was another dude whose brother, I think, was a part of the whole the police department for Miami, and he had FaceTimed him or something, asking about it, and he just kept saying that he wouldn't make a statement or he wouldn't say anything about it because he can't or something like that. But then I was also thinking, I was like, why would you film yourself on the phone risking his job like that? Especially if you kept saying, like, we can't talk about it, and then going and still posting that anyway. So if there are aliens out there, all I know for sure is that dude is a dickhead for getting his brother in trouble. Because I'm sure he got in trouble for that, if that is real. Because I'm sure they don't take too kindly to family members posting classified information. Or not necessarily classified information, but like there was literally like no, they wouldn't speak on it at all. So like the fact that he even said that they can't speak about it and like confirm that or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just a weird situation. Don't think it was aliens though, but who knows? 200 cops is a lot. There was definitely something going on in there. Um, let's see. What else can we talk about? Um, you talking about the pyramids? Those are always it's always polarizing. Uh, yeah, I don't know what to think about the pyramids. I've heard so many different theories, and I have to say the dumbest one I've heard so far is that the Egyptians used sound to lift those rocks, those ton boulder thing. I mean, is it a boulder? A boulder's round usually. So is it just called a rock then? Even if it's bigger than your average boulder, is like one of those bricks from the pyramids called a rock? I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't think they were. They definitely were not moved with sound. That might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I know that you can move stuff with sound, but the device that you would have to move those stones with sound would have to literally be like 10 times larger than the actual stone itself. So that's just not even feasible. Um, I also don't know if I believe that they just. I mean, they could have just pulled it, maybe. Maybe. But that would have taken so long to do it that way. And not to mention, if you did do it that way, like, you're telling me they did it perfectly every single time? Like, if you drop that thing and it starts rolling back down the hill that you're pulling it up, like, how do you clean that up? How do you even move it? I don't know. I don't think that's how they did it either. But I don't know how they did it. I feel like it's probably alien help. It's either that or I also don't know what to think about the idea that civilization used to be super advanced back in the day, which also kind of makes sense because think about it. I mean, as much as humans already run through all of the resources of the world, Think like when the world first became, it probably was flooded with resources all over the place. No, it was like nothing but resources, right? Um, so maybe we had much better resources back then, too. Um, I'm not saying like new resources, but like I don't know something. I mean, I guess that is a possibility. We could have had like some advanced material or something that got all used up or something like that. Um, but yeah, I'm no scientist, so I could just be dumb as hell. But I do think that it's a pretty interesting theory that we used to be advanced and then some catastrophic event happened uh, thousands of years ago that set us all back to the Stone Age and basically just like reset human civilization. I think that's a pretty strong theory. And I think it's really interesting too because it's newer. It's a newer theory that like genuinely makes sense. But and I'm curious about the pyramids, dude. I want to know how they built them. But there's more than just the pyramids too. There's like all kinds of different wonders around the world. Like Stonehenge is still kind of a mystery. That one's not as interesting. Like I feel like back then people could have just, you know, there are a lot smaller stones, right, than the pyramid bricks. So I feel like it's a little more possible that they could have moved those uh, with manpower. But um, hmm, there's another place too, but I can't remember. It was on Ancient Civilization on Netflix, I believe. Joe Rogan had the dude on. Joe Rogan talked with him a lot. Um, but yeah, there's some other cool places too where it's like that's kind of I like unexplained mysteries that like we still haven't solved yet. Because humans have like the natural instinct to want to solve problems, so it makes sense. But yeah. Game of the day today is going to be Sea of Thieves. If you've never heard of Sea of Thieves, it is a pirate game, hence why I like pirates so much. During the pirate cowboy debacle. Yeah, this is a pretty fantastic game, honestly. There's a lot of quests you can go on and go collect treasure chests, go dig for chests, go fight skeletons and skeleton bosses. There's so much more in the game now that it's just a lot of fun to play with some buddies. Sometimes it's even fun to play by yourself too. Just go sail the seas by yourself, and basically it's a chaos server, so you can't you can there's no rules. Like you can go and steal from other pirates. It's like the pirates law, right? Nothing is safe. Never trust anyone, kind of deal. But you can make alliances too. You can make alliances with other pirates and do quests together. That's also kind of cool. You can make some pretty good friends on there too. Um, yeah, all around great game. Also has proximity chat, so when you get closer to other pirate ships, you can pull out your megaphone and yell crazy stuff at them and try to scare them or try to befriend them, whatever you want. All around pretty great game. A lot of cool cosmetics. You can have pets, like a monkey, a dog, cat, parrot, fox, stuff like that. You can have some cool pets with you. They don't really do much, I don't think. I think they just kind of look cool. Um, yeah, pretty fun game. Go check it out. It's also got Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow has his own little tall tale is what they call them. The tall tales are like the really long like story based quests. Yeah, all around great game. Love playing it. Definitely getting on it tonight after I'm done with the podcast. Um, let's see. It's probably gonna be pretty soon. Cause I'm running out of stuff to talk about, and I need to get this thing up. I started it a little late tonight. Yeah, I think from moving forward, I'm gonna try my hardest to get it posted at like around 7, maybe 8ish. I think I'm gonna go with 7. I think 7 would be a good time to release them. So yeah, I'm gonna try to release the pods at 7. Yeah, like I said before, next couple of weeks I'm going to release one a day, and then just to get the ball rolling here, get some episodes out there. Not that I'm rushing through them or anything. I just would like to have a couple out there. I got a lot to talk about, you know. Um, and then yeah, after that it's gonna be every Sunday night. Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for listening. See ya.